We are living in quite the interesting timeline here inside of Brawl Stars. Honestly, never thought I'd be making a video like this. They've been incredibly unexpected here recently, and this video is a testament to that. We may very well be seeing some interesting collab, some sort of update with our good spongy yellow friend, SpongeBob. As strange as that is. Hey, 15% battery. Be easy on me, okay? Be easy. But before we get into the details, be sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We're kind of headed into somewhat uncharted territories, it feels like, here in Brawl Stars. And as you guys know, I always try to keep you guys in a loop as best as I possibly can. So I'm going to try to keep you guys in a loop. So stay tuned, subscribe. It goes a long way. So to catch you guys up to speed with what has been going down here recently, we ended up making a video 2 days ago when you guys are watching this video here today. Basically a Brawl News episode, what's going down inside the Brawl Stars community. However, there was a very interesting segment, something very strange, and that was a collaboration, and we'll be circling back to that after we get the important stuff out of the way here. With that most recent video and what we're about to get into here now, there seems to be very bizarre collaborations or Easter eggs happening right now that I've never seen before, so it's hard to tell what the heck is going on. So yesterday, at the point that I'm recording this video, there was a promotional video to advertise the brand new season coming to Brawl Stars, right? The Paint Brawl season, which we are currently in right now, the very beginning of it. These always happen whenever a new season comes out. There's a dedicated animation to hype up the new Brawl Pass and all the fun stuff. But it's safe to say this one was very different than what we're normally used to. It's a very hyped season. I love the aesthetic of returning to the sea floor, the ocean. It was kind of around a time that I don't love to remember in Brawl Stars, when we first got Otis and we were first introduced to the underwater season. It was kind of a flop update, I would say, when they first introduced gears, but that's besides the point. It's not to rag on the season because the aesthetic is so freaking fire, dude. Love the family and love the underwater vibes. It's always so dang cool. But we have some shenanigans going on with the skinned brawlers coming out this season. We have Clancy in the animation as well. Hey, you know what? I gotta say, Otis takes the spotlight in this animation. Would you just look at this man? Absolute savage, the OG paint brawler. You gotta love him. But all this is good and fun, but where the most important stuff happens is here towards literally the end of the video, the last like 3 seconds of it. We are on the ocean floor where all this crazy stuff is happening, but then we pan through the crust of the earth, going lower and lower, seeing some gems, some fossils in there. But then we come out from the bottom of this slow pan into this really interesting display here. As you can see, or maybe you might not be familiar with it, but my dudes and dudettes, this is freaking Bikini Bottom. Bikini Bottom. You got the quintessential backdrop. Like, this is all I need to see, bro. Those, what would you call those? Is it like starfish, but like a floral pattern? It's like one-for-one SpongeBob, you know, background stuff. But if we need even more evidence, at the very end, there is a somewhat ominous laughter that sounds exactly like SpongeBob. Pretty dang strange, if you ask me, dude. This is wild. It's hard for me to wrap my head around what's even going on here. So aside from like the flower aesthetic in the background as well as the SpongeBob laugh, I guess there are a few other things that is like really pinning it down as something to do with SpongeBob or Bikini Bottom, right? We have obviously the huge anchor here. Taking a look at a picture of Bikini Bottom, we got that anchor back there, as well as like a few other noteworthy structures coming out of Bikini Bottom. Dude, it's so strange, like dissecting a cartoon that I watched when I was a child. It's so strange. But this sort of like windmill building or something like that, I believe, is present there as well. And then I suppose like these are pretty dang hard to tell. It's just buildings like establishing Bikini Bottom, right? But obviously there's a few other things. That's that floral flower background pattern, that super quintessential Bikini Bottom, all that good stuff. And I think honestly one of the most telling things as well, aside from everything else, is we have a singular jellyfish floating in the Brawl Stars animation. Dude, come on. I don't think I have to justify it anymore. We have something bizarre happening with SpongeBob, Bikini Bottom, and Brawl Stars. A collab, something. I gotta be honest, bro, Brawl Stars has been a little bit tricky to tie down here when it comes to speculation, seeing that they have been kind of moving into really foreign waters, right? We don't necessarily get a lot of Easter eggs and sneak peeks like this, especially dealing with like collab Easter eggs, stuff like that. It's just very different. But it seems to be happening quite frequently here for some odd reason. Circling back to what we we kind of alluded to at the beginning of the video here, and that was a topic that we discussed in the most recent Brawl News episode here on the channel. Some strange post from John Cena. What world am I living in, bro? Like, this is getting weird, right? We have John Cena with Brawl Stars. We got SpongeBob with Brawl Stars. It's like a fever dream, bro. I don't know what's happening. But we had mentioned in that episode John Cena posting to his Instagram page something to do with Brawl Stars, specifically more leaning towards, I would say, like Brawl Stars Esports, right? That's like the trophy icon for Brawl Stars Esports. While at the same time, they ended up liking and interacting with the post over here. So either it's John Cena is like a huge fan of Brawl Stars, or maybe, I don't know, he's just posting spam or whatever, or there's something else interesting going down here collaboratively, right, with John Cena. My mind drifts to, and I think the coolest outcome, what I'm kind of hoping for, maybe like a cool El Primo skin, who knows. But that was kind of the extent of what I was thinking would come of it, right? A collaboration with John Cena. What else would you expect to happen with that? But then we're hit with this, like a few days later, a SpongeBob collab. Once again, seeing that this stuff literally never happens inside of Brawl Stars, it's hard for me to place my finger on what's gonna go down here. So if I were to try to speculate a little bit, what makes sense to me is seeing that this is like obviously the most important like collab or Easter egg, not like in the same ballpark as the John Cena stuff. Seeing that this has been posted to the Brawl Stars YouTube channel, the Brawl Stars social medias, I would say then obviously it has something to do with future updates or something to do that would impact the game of Brawl Stars itself. If it is a SpongeBob collab, I think the thing that would make the most sense would just be like a season collab. Like, it seems like the seasons recently with the ramped up season duration have been like a little bit more loose. Like, it's not really crazy like thought out or anything like that. I'm not like downplaying it or anything like that, but comparing it to the older seasons that we had for the Brawl Pass, they were really fleshed out. They were tied to lore, and it was just because they had more time to think about stuff. So maybe we're kind of headed into some sort of territory where we'll be doing more collabs, and those collabs will be tied to Brawl Pass seasons, and then of course with that, different skins resembling that collaboration. It happens a lot in games. You see it in like Fortnite, you see it in so many different games, right? It's not a foreign concept. So I think that makes the most sense for this. I don't think we're looking at like SpongeBob is going to be a new brawler or anything like that. I don't think it's that deep. I don't think it goes past a seasonal thing or skins, much like you would see in like Fortnite. But then when you compare the weight behind the SpongeBob Easter eggs behind like what's going down with the John Cena Easter egg here, what this is giving me now is something to do with esports. I think it's kind of apparent seeing that is the trophy with the wings. And most of the time, the entity of Brawl Stars is kind of separate from Brawl Stars Esports, like social platforms, all that good stuff. Brawl Stars Esports has their own thing going on, right? Brawl Stars will promote and help push certain things like, you know, Brawl Stars World Finals and monthly finals, but you're not going to see them whipping up like a crazy animation or something like that just for Brawl Stars Esports. So I gotta say, seeing that this has that like distant vibe, it's an Easter egg nonetheless, but it's not like from Brawl Stars. It's kind of back end. I would say this has something to do with esports. I saw a few fun conversations in the comments of the last video I posted about this, people saying maybe like John Cena will be present at the World Finals, or maybe a personality at the World Finals, like a commentator, a hype man, whatever you want to call it, but something important dealing with the Brawl Stars World Finals. And that doesn't mean that there couldn't be some fun stuff resulting in this. I think it would make a lot of sense if like we had like something to help promote World Finals with an in-game collab with John Cena, maybe a skin, who knows? But that's kind of up in the air, but the two vibes are separate, right? We got World Finals and then some sort of update content with the Bikini Bottom SpongeBob stuff. But obviously would love to hear what your guys' thoughts are here on this really weird timeline we're heading into. Not weird as in a bad thing. I'm very excited about it. I like collabs in video games. I think it helps a lot bring in like new fan bases to certain games. I don't know how like nuts the SpongeBob fan base is, but you see the success in collaborations for Fortnite and stuff like that. So maybe that's an approach that Brawl Stars is trying to take. Definitely looking forward to it, but I would next like to see kind of what people are thinking inside the community. What's the conversation happening right now? Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Yeah. Honestly, it's literally everyone. I don't think I had to just like piece out all the Easter eggs and try to prove that it's SpongeBob, it's so dang clear, and I think everyone is understanding that as well, right? I've yet to really look at Reddit since that post came out about SpongeBob, so I'm kind of interested to see what's popping over here. We got this comparison. Looks like it's just kind of popular going on. Everyone's kind of aware of what's going down here. Ash and SpongeBob. Ash SpongeBob skin? What do you guys think? Wait, there's actually not a lot about it. Are people not talking about it over here on Reddit? At least within the last 24 hours. Not really. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, I suppose with the lack thereof conversation going on inside of the community, maybe this video was important to make. Whether you're watching this video and you're hearing about this for the first time, or if you guys already kind of took that deep dive into trying to figure out Easter eggs and looking into the community, what they're thinking, I would really like to hear what y'all are thinking here. Once again, like, whenever stuff like this happens, it's hard for me to wrap my finger around it. Whenever we do like speculations and like Easter eggs, stuff like that, we always go into it with like the caveats of things or examples from past experiences. Because of that, I feel like I've been able to be pretty dang accurate with certain things, giving you guys update information before stuff ends up being uncovered. But this is so out there and so different. But I don't know, we'll have to just wait and see. But hopefully we're kind of on the right track with like a Bikini Bottom season of fun collaboration with certain skins, and maybe even a start of something bigger, an approach that the dev team or Brawl Stars in general is trying to take here in the future for Brawl Stars, focusing more on collabs and getting new IPs and stuff like that into Supercell, much like Fortnite. Either way, I am here for the ride. I'm actually really excited to see what the Brawl Stars dev team does as we kind of pivot from this recent popularity boom in Brawl Stars. Can they ride this wave of hype and success successfully here into the future? We'll have to wait and see. I hope they do. It would help me a lot. But yeah, man, lots of interesting stuff to keep up with, and I'll be doing so here on the channel. So once again, be sure to subscribe, stay tuned, and yeah, we'll be talking super soon. Adios, and take care.